Hi Teresa, it's Jori, and this week I had the opportunity to go up into the mountains and sit at a coffee shop and read a book for pretty much the entire day. It was wonderful. I totally recommend doing that. The best thing about this coffee shop ended up being the first thing that annoyed me a little bit, which is kind of funny. I couldn't find any Wi-Fi, which is good for an extent, but it's also, okay, I traveled all the way to the mountains and I couldn't get Wi-Fi, so if I wanted to, I couldn't really work on my novel, or I couldn't communicate with my friends, or I couldn't do any research. But the good thing about not having Wi-Fi and having very limited cell phone service, so that I turned off everything on my cell phone other than the ability to text and call, was that I got to just sit there and read all day. And as such, I made a ton of progress in this book. Yeah, that's right. I'm reading Ready Player One. I am now just about to start level 3. I'll probably finish it tonight after I, film and edit this video. The other thing that's really exciting that happened this week was I got published again! Woo! Yeah! Yeah, I got published. This happened during the school year, but this one just came and I'm technically published again, and I got paid for these. Yeah. Woo! Getting paid for the writing, that's the goal. Okay. So, there's my shameless plug for Devozine. If you're a teenager and you want to read a devotional, you can go check out Devozine, and who knows, you might see my name in there again. Anyway, in my trip up to the mountains, I had the chance to have some conversations with people I wouldn't normally get to have conversations with. And I am an introvert, but I'm outgoing. I like meeting new people as long as I don't have to stick around them very long. So I had some fun conversations, including, but not limited to, being told by a stranger that I should get a tattoo on my face. It was a total joke, but it was kind of funny. That's never happened before. I also was told by somebody as I was sitting there reading my book, about to take a break to go get food or something. I don't remember, but he walked in. He had just walked into the coffee shop, and he looked at me and he's like, "You can't leave until you finish the book. That's house rules." And I was like, "Yeah, okay." But I actually think that would be kind of a fun house rule to have sometime, is nope, nobody's allowed to leave until you finish reading a book. The other thing that has been on my mind for a while now is the concept of Sonder. And if you don't know what Sonder is the realization that each random passerby is living a life as vivid and as complex as the one you live. So that's been on my mind a lot recently, and I think that's something that's really important to keep in mind as a human on this planet and as a writer, and especially as we're writing these complex characters that we want to try to make relatable. I think Sonder is a really important aspect of that. Sonder is one of those things that people tend to forget about, which is why when the realization of Sonder hits you, you sort of are just like, oh, every single person on the planet has their own complex life and life story and things that are driving them crazy. In the time that I got to go up to the mountains in the coffee shop up there, I had the chance to cross paths with other people, and we got to experience our lives at the same time together, and that makes me really happy. Because we were total strangers, and we still are total strangers, but even in the midst of our strangerness, we were able to cross paths and have a touch point where I can tell stories about them, and they'll probably go home and tell stories about me, and they might not, but that's okay. And I just think that's really interesting. It's kind of like the question of how many tourists' pictures am I just chilling in the background of? Like, I wonder that a lot, especially with the number of people who took pictures outside of my dorm room freshman year of college, because my window was right underneath the dorm name sign. Yeah, I closed my blinds a lot last year, partially because I didn't want to end up in any prospective freshmen's pictures, just chilling on my bed doing homework. I've been reading a lot, and I got really sick had to work from home for my internship most of the week, so that was fine. It was really not much different than what had been doing before in the office. I just was doing it from home. I did have the opportunity to write 2 more devotions based off of my days being homesick, so maybe sending those your way for edits. So that's what's new in my life. If you got to go on any fun adventures over the last week, or you read any good books, I know you posted a lot of books that you intend on reading this summer, so I look forward to hearing about those. Until next time, I'll see you then. Bye! If you like this channel and you want to hear more about what I'm doing this summer and in my life after college as I graduate with a professional writing degree, go ahead and give this channel a like and subscribe and share it with all of your bookish friends who want more book recommendations and want to talk about really nerdy things, because I'm a nerd and I like talking about nerdy things. So yeah, go follow Teresa as well. I'll put her up here. Go follow the beautiful Teresa. Okay, bye everyone.